just a remark that there is still some deltas between the behavior of web assistant mode and the old desktop assistant. Yeah, the list becomes shorter and shorter, as you've seen earlier, but there are still some things that were possible before, for instance, opening the recorder from web assistant and stuff, which is not possible in web assistant skin yet. This is a subject to change in one of the next releases. And unfortunately, the issue that we got with the producer solution manager interface, which is kind of really annoying, is not solved. It is actually fixed, but the fix didn't make it into the release. It was fixed too late to go through QA. Yeah, so now mandatorily this issue will not be in place anymore with 22.05, but now it still is. And in fact, what it does, if you sync Solution Manager with a full-blown synchronization of your work area, is the fact that it will try to gather all write permissions of the full tree before it will start the sync. The only workaround that we got right now, and that's what I'm using plenty of customers and it works fine, is create specific Solution Manager synchronization users, form log-on users, log on with this particular user as soon as you want to run a synchronization, and then check out only the stuff that you really want to sync. Yeah, keep the tree in producer just clean, just check out the maintenance view and the solution manager structure, then sync from there, and then just log on with the regular single sign-on user again to proceed. Yeah? That's basically the only chance that we got. And you need still write permissions for the resources, yeah? Which makes the whole thing a bit more complicated. But again, this issue is soon gone. We were hoping that it would make it to the release, but it didn't. One thing that just came up lately is the fact that we got some issues, security-related issues, with some of our language files which contain a MIME type that represents the language. There were updates on firewalls, and after those updates, just since a couple of weeks, .pl files are not at all transferred through the networks anymore. Why? Because .pl is the MIME type, the file ending of a Perl script. And a Perl script could be a virus or whatever. So they say, no, Perl scripts we don't ship, and which then means that in our case, synchronization of resources will fail because we try to request files that end with PL, especially from the dictionaries. If that's the case, we just need a allow listing for our servers or whatever other measure in the security framework would be possible. But if you run into an unsolvable issue in synchronization, that might be the case. I just want to point to it. Have a look at the .pl issue. The error message within producer is not somehow meaningful. It just says 500, not possible. But in that case, it might be the PL thing, which is the Polish language files, which then is considered by a security component as a potential threat, like a Perl script, and it wouldn't be downloaded. This one is also one where we all hope that it was fixed, this release, but it wasn't. Just going into a bit more detail here. We were promoting an approach to use extended work areas also as masters for configurations in complex environments where you are keen on separating the different production teams from each other compliantly based on permissions. We haven't had that much of a chance then splitting work areas and say, this is the work area for the Ariba team, this is the work area for the order to cash team, this is, and so on. Yeah, you know the story. Yeah? And to avoid hassle with keeping the configuration and the toolboxes synchronized over all those production rooms, those project work areas, we were just saying, use the extended work area feature, which is quite a cool thing. We talked about that in one of the expert sessions, actually, as one of the core topics lately, I remember. And it works like a charm until you update. Why is that? Because the extended work area, which would inherit the resources from that particular config master work area, is updated in the cloud edition. This doesn't apply for on-prem. In on-prem, HANA, it works fine. It's only for cloud. In cloud, the update mechanism is implicit. Yeah, you don't realize that it's updated. It just updates in the background. But it doesn't take this inheritation from that potential config master work area to the extended work area into consideration at all. And that means the inherited resources from the config master after the update were overwritten by the factory default resources by that mechanism, which led to the fact that everything which was properly branded and configured based on the customer's requirement was resetted to SAP factory default. How to solve this? That's only for the brave. You have to delete the resources. Let me show you an example. There is connections. I use Carsten's work area. So there is a sync error, but that doesn't matter. Just to show you an example. Come on, buddy. Resources adaptable. And there will for sure be examples. So for this approach where you inherit your resources from a configuration master, which again makes total sense, you would expect all the resources having that orange marker in front, meaning I am coming from somewhere else and you don't touch me. Yeah? I'm coming from my extension source. Okay, after an update of cloud, all of them would look like this. They would all be static again and belong to the work area. And the only chance to get rid of this is you go to the resources and say delete tree. Yeah, that's why I said it's only for the brave. You can't break anything. What happens is the overwritten factory default resources will be removed from the extended work area. And based on the work area's configuration, knowing that it effectively is based on something, on another base work area, it falls back to the inheritation and everything is back in place again. Okay, so no worries, just delete them. And don't forget to delete your trash afterwards and everything will be back in place. If this is, I had that lately at one of my biggest customers with right now like 40 work areas that took me half a day to clean up. Yeah, so this is like a pity. But again, last time, next time, this will be taken into consideration and extended work areas will be bypassed from that implicit update mechanism in cloud. And this is no manual effort anymore.
Well, Mike, so I have a question about this.
Yes, please.
Like, is this intended to be the permanent solution, or is this just what we would do in the meantime while this is sorted out?
This is just in the meantime till it's sorted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have a second question, actually. So I noticed this on your manager as well, but like when I logged in this morning, there's like that unknown error beside any connected work area. Like,
that's a network failure on SAP's data center end that happened this morning. We have an emergency going on. There is an issue with the proxy. That's going to be solved soon. Yeah. So all connections that point to education will fail right now. So synchronization to the source fails. And that's a network related issue.
Okay, so there's nothing that we can do on our end.
You should nothing we can do. Okay. This is an infrastructure related thing in one of the data centers where the standard content is hosted. They are already working on it, and this is supposed to be resolved during this day. So the latest by end of workday it will be resolved for sure.
Okay, perfect.
Goody. All right, extended master, we talked. Documentation issue. Not yet somehow brought down to the root cause. It's popping up here and there. Some customers say after the update, they can't generate documentations anymore. The documentation rendering stops without any meaningful error message in the JS console after the first step of a document. Question: have you experienced that? Is there any customer that says since the latest update we can't generate documentations anymore?
Not for me.
Okay. If any one of you faces that, please immediately give us examples. We need the documents. Something is wrong. It's related to the update, but it's completely random. Yeah, 90% of the customers are still fine. 10% have this issue. It could be something related to the office security. It could be related to whatever. We still don't know. But in fact, if you run into that, you are simply not able to create any documentations anymore. Any documentation rendering will simply stop after the first step. Investigation is in progress. I'm pretty sure, since this is a serious one, and that if it's resolved, it becomes a node. Yeah, so track the nodes. You will see.
Well,
there's a solution.
Alexander is here. Can I?
Yes,
we had the issue we couldn't generate hands-on guide, but in our case, it was after the update. We had the customized template, and then when it was updated, all our templates just didn't update, so we had the issue. And however, the issue that we're having that pops up the message for the JavaScript console is the one I'm trying to export workarea. So when you go to tools, workarea structure, and export workarea structure, it stops working. So the system stops responding, the producer crashes, and then in a while I have the same pop-up message with the JavaScript console error. So that's what's happening to us.
Can you do me a favor and drop me an email and send me this JavaScript console output to the full extent? So not only a screenshot of the error, I just want to see the complete tail, please.
Okay.
Yeah, and for sure you have to open a ticket, because that might be the same root cause with a different behavior then at the end. So something is wrong with documentations and the structures, but we still don't know what.
Okay, yeah, I will do that.
Thanks. Good. All right. Yeah, that's it, guys. Not that much, I told you. We get some time back, but now room is open for whatever you want to discuss.
Quick question, to jump to another call. Tomcat. Most of my customers are on-prem, military, people like that. They're always clamoring for the latest Tomcat. The current 2111 system requirements manual still says highest Tomcat is 9.0.44. Are you aware of any higher levels supported?
And all those restricted version numbers in the documentation are a result of the fact that our test center is testing until a certain release. Yeah, that's like the best before date. It doesn't say you will die if you still eat it. It just says, okay, that's what we do. In fact, I have one public sector customer updated to Tomcat latest, which is 9 something just last week, and it works. I think. Yeah. It works fine. In one occasion, but I don't see issues. Yeah, the container is not changing that much, but officially, from a warranty perspective, that's what we support.
That's what I tell them. I say, hey, if there's a problem, support's going to tell you to revert back to the supported version before they investigate. So, okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And it works. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. And I got to jump, so you all have a great day.
Take care and have a great weekend, Bart.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you doing this.
Anything else I can help with, guys?
Hi, Mike. It's Nikki here.
Hey.
I'm not sure whether you'll be able to help or not, but I posted an issue that I'm having on the forum, on the consulting forum. But I've got a client that's trying to use the web assistant and they are unable to edit their content, and it just keeps coming up with the unable to edit message or editing not available message, I think it is.
Permission issue, most likely.
Well,